Happy Tuesday, Jar of Pain babies. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I hope you enjoy that we are now weekly. We're a weekly podcast. We were bi-weekly before. Now we are once a week. We have shortened the episodes a bit to make that sustainable because it's the year of sustainability for Matt. But nonetheless, we are here every Tuesday, wherever you get your podcasts. We also have video on YouTube, if you're one of those. I like that. That's a me thing, but I appreciate that myself. This is a great episode. Another banger episode. We got a lot of giggles in there, a lot of great questions. By the way, if you live in Eau Claire, our next live Jar of Pain show will be September 28th at the Eau Claire Improv. If you're listening to this the day it comes out, then I'm sure you enjoyed us crushing last night at Comedy in the Park with them. So I gave myself a minute and a half, and I'm feeling like it's long. But, you know, here we are. How are you? Now we're just talking. Now we're just talking as friends. We can get really low like this, and that the intro song is going to start shuffling me off the stage, and I simply cannot wait for that. I hope you have a great week. I hope all your dreams come true. I hope you enjoy this episode. Thank you so much. This has been Matt. Oh, I still gotta... Oh, boy. I'm still talking. Man, I thought it was a minute and a half. Looks like it's more like a minute 40. Oh. Okay, well, keep being you, baby.
Jonathan, what time is it? 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 Jonathan, what time is it?
Welcome back to the Jar of Pain podcast. My name is Matt.
I'm Ben.
Ben, what is the Jar of Pain podcast?
Jar of Pain podcast is a podcast where we put pain inside of a jar. This pain is a metaphorical pain that is your questions sent to us.
Yeah, they actually put the pain in the jar.
You put the pain in the jar. We just deal with it at jarofpain.com where you can...
I'm sorry. I hit you with the intro and I don't think you were prepared.
I was vibing with it.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds great.
I just plugged the website and I was going to say that's where you enter your tickets.
Yeah.
Or you get tickets when shows and enter your questions.
Yeah. Jarpain.com.
Enter your questions any day you want.
You can enter your questions 24/7. You feel a little tipsy, have a couple of dirty martinis. I'm not speaking from personal experience here.
One time my black friend Pat, which this
is that pertinent information?
This is pertinent to the story. He was dating my buddy's sister.
Okay.
And he was hiding in her room.
Ooh.
Because she had to work and it was like summer vacation. He was like walking around the house trying to get like water. And the reason he was hiding was probably because he was black. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a pertinent information. Anyway, he's my black friend Pat, just for people who are visual imaginers.
Let's put a picture right here.
Bing. But he went to go get water and he heard my friend's dad on the lawnmower just screaming about why his ex-wife left him.
Hey, sometimes you gotta yell, dude.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta yell.
Shout out to Bill. I hope you found peace.
Bill, he found peace on that lawnmower. He fucks the lawnmower now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ask us if you should fuck a lawnmower.
Yeah, that's another good question.
Rip questions. Rip cues.
Yeah.
Rip some Susie cues.
We're in dire need of questions.
How many CCR references do you think we can put in today?
I don't know any CDCR songs.
Yeah, you do. Fortunate Son.
How does that one go?
It's pretty much you hear the bass or the riff and then you think Vietnam.
Oh, the Vietnam song.
The Vietnam song.
Yeah.
Some people burn away the flag. Oh,
that's the only one I know. That's the only one I know.
Man, you would love some CCR.
Maybe. Do you want to start with our new thing?
Yeah, we can start with a new thing.
We're doing a new game, new segment on the Jop Pod. You ready for it? It's called far out. And this is a game that I play when I try to sleep. Also, if you have trouble sleeping, it's a great game for sleep. You think of something. I always start with beavers. And then you try to think of something completely unrelated to beavers as far away as you can get. So if I was going to sleep right now, I'd go beavers, lawn chair, tennis ball, and so on and so forth. And we thought it'd just be a fun way to warm up a little bit, get our brains activated. Would you like me to start, Ben?
Rip it.
Beavers.
A lesbian's beaver.
That's so not far away.
That is really a vagina?
They're called beavers.
That's why I said a lesbian's beaver.
You know what? Let's start over.
No, just rip it.
Yeah, okay, but let's try this again
Okay.
because I judged you and an improv.
Oh,
You don't. I need to yes and
fair.
not know you.
That's fair.
Okay.
Okay.
Beavers,
Lesbian's beaver.
Uranus,
A lug nut on a school bus.
oh, that's good. A bug on a leaf.
Guy with a dominatrix fetish at a rave wearing a leash.
My bank account.
Sorry, I just got really sad because I thought about my bank account. Let me get back to it. You know what? My bank account, because I'm sure it's very opposite from yours.
My bank account. It's not as far as you think.
Wall Street stockbroker guy with who's got like he missed a little bit of coke on his upper lip.
Wow. Neil Patrick Harris's hairbrush.
A belly button, but like a weird belly button, like a
An
belly,
Audi.
not a Audi. Those are weird, but I'm talking like an innie. But it's like it looks like someone drew like a swirl on it, like the center of like a hurricane in the middle. So it's just
One of those.
It's gross.
Yeah.
I'm judging.
Beaver. This has been the inaugural Far Out.
I hope you put a lot of reverb on it.
Maybe I could do that, I guess.
And then just acid meme it, deep fry meme it, where it's just like
You've been saying that a lot. And I'm not sure what deep fry meme means.
deep fried meme is something the younger generation came up with, where it's like it's a meme. So it's like a picture, right? A static picture, and it's like if you took a tie dye, you took an image and put it through tie dye, and then the caption just has nothing to do with the picture.
Is it kind of like vaporwave?
Bro, I don't know what you just said.
I don't know. I think I'm deep fried today. That being said, let's get to a question. Submit your questions today at jarofpain.com.
.com. Who did that in the commercials?
.com. I don't know.
.com.
I don't know. That's a good question for the jar.
That's a good question for the jar. Question 1. Are teachers paid enough for only 9 months of work?
Wow. You know, my first instinct was absolutely they're not. But when you add in the only 9 months.
Yeah, I did not realize it was 9 months.
You could take it two ways because my dad was a teacher. You can spread it out over 12 or you can just do 9 and so you get a little more in your check. Just depends on what kind of manager of money you are. For me, I would take the full 12, but I think it depends on the district, depends on the teacher, depends on the size of the town, how much teachers get paid. But on average, I would say, I don't think they're getting enough because our children are in their hands and they got to deal with all that. Man, they're essentially babysitters for the first, all the way up through high school, technically. You're still a kid. The older I get, the more I realize how much of a kid I was at 17.
You're still a kid. I'm going to say no because I've heard a lot. I've heard too many adults pronounce Italian, Italian.
Yeah.
And that, I'm sorry.
That was me, by the way, until like 4 years ago.
Good. Way to self-correct. Way to grow.
Thanks.
Yeah, man.
I was working at a coffee shop and we sold Italian sodas. And I would say, Italian soda? And my coworker's like, don't do that. It's not idly. And I was like, wow, you learn something new every day.
That was probably the first bit I ever wrote, but I didn't actually write. Like, this was before I started comedy. I was just going off on a tangent to my friend about how it's Italian, not Italian. Italians come from Italy. Italians don't come from Italy. Italy is not a country. It is a state in which your mind is moving into when you realizes you just said Italian.
I can see why you didn't do that bit.
Yeah, I haven't fleshed it out.
It doesn't
yet.
really have a kicker.
No, but it was just ranty, angry. But I stand by it.
Yeah.
Don't say Italian.
I used to do a bit about how I got anxiety because one day on the day I got anxiety was coming home from church with my family, singing praise music in the car, and then there was a bee, and my dad just started screaming, and no one knew why he was screaming, and it was very much like that scene in Tommy Boy where he like pulled over the car, and he told everybody to get out, and no one knew what was going on, but it was just a bee, and that's the day I got anxiety, but the bit never worked. It never worked. Laugh into the microphone, Ben. There you go. There you go. Audio format.
just driving.
Yeah. You pair that with the time he came out when I was mowing the lawn, told me to shut down the lawnmower, and then he's just like taught me how to shake a hand and not do a limp fish for like 5 minutes, and then he just told me to finish the lawn. That's a recipe for anxiety, buddy. I think my dad's paid by Big Pharma.
But at least people can trust your handshake.
I have a great handshake.
Yeah.
In fact, this is a move I do to ingratiate. This is some real slime ball shit. You ready? Ready for some real slime ball shit?
Slime ball shit.
When I'm trying to get somebody's respect, and I feel like it's necessary to further whatever thing I want to do, I will grab their hand early, not have a good handshake on purpose, and then look at them in the eye and say, let me try that one more time. I'd like to make a better impression. It immediately shows that I'm willing to fix mistakes and that I have awareness of myself.
You sly dog.
I'm a fucking slime ball, dude.
Dude, shake my hand right now.
Oh, sorry. Let me try that again. See? It worked. And I've been doing that bit for years, and everyone's like, Matt's a nice... Confession. Everyone goes, Matt's a nice guy. I'm a huge dick with a small penis.
Huge balls.
I do have huge balls. It's like a couple avocados hugging a wine cork.
Oh fuck! I needed this.
Yeah. That's a bit I used to do too.
That's a good image.
I used to start. This is before
That's
I even knew you.
Salty image.
Yeah, that's another bit, and then we'll get on to the next question. When I was first starting stand-up comedy, I would raise my hand and start my set by saying, I just want everybody to know I have the smallest dick in the room. So no need to compare yourself. You're just fine. I mean, this dick is small. It's like 2 avocados hugging a wine cork. And then I would go into my set.
Yeah, but the ironic
Why am
thing
I
is,
still single?
But the ironic thing is, though, is that's the biggest big dick energy move you can do.
Yeah.
It's just whipping it out and being like, it's the smallest here. Don't even test me.
I didn't whip it out. I didn't show my dick on stage.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Claiming you have the smallest dick and that you don't care
Big dick.
is big dick energy.
That's big dick energy.
Sometimes maybe the size of the dick isn't the actual size of the dick. It's the size of the personality.
It's the size of the energy
Yeah.
behind that dick.
But seriously, I've looked into surgeries. Next question.
Most overrated snack food? Ooh,
That's not a bad question.
That's fun.
Off the top of my head, my instinct went somewhere immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Any type of cookie you buy at the grocery store, except for Oreos, but like the Keebler Elf cookies, Chips Ahoy, get out of here. You eat them and you're like, oh, this is poison. This is sweet, sweet poison.
Girl Scout cookies.
I love those.
Overrated, though.
They're
the
overrated.
only reason they're good is because you can only get them at a limited time. If everyone
That's
can
marketing,
get those,
baby.
that's bullshit though. That doesn't mean they're good. It just means you can only get them at a certain time. So you got to get them.
You know what else I like about it?
What?
I like coming out of the grocery store and there's a freaking troop of little girls there and they're all so cute and they're like, will you buy cookies? And I'm like, absolutely. Here's a $20 bill. Get me whatever you want. That makes you feel good. And then you have delicious cookies that you put them in your freezer and you forget about. And then one day you see them and you're like, I love Samoas. That's a good feeling.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. Well, no, that's just remembering you have a snack. That's a good feeling. Like
I have done that where like I will get a sandwich with chips at lunch and not eat the chips, put in my cupboard. And then later I'm like, ooh, look what happened. I forgot about these.
like when you go to like the Taco Bell and you get like 3 tacos and you just wolf down 2 and you're like, oh, I wish I had more. And then you look down, you're like, oh, God is good. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then you, boom.
God is good all the time at Taco Bell.
Yo, I just had their cheesy street chalupas.
They're new.
Not
I've never
bad.
heard of them.
They're
Is it like, so it's a chalupa but fried with cheese on the outside?
yeah.
So it's like a birria
But-
cheese.
But they
type-
put their cheesy gordita sauce on it, but with like onions. And
Yeah.
yo, the onions, tell you right now, onions in fast food, the white chopped onions.
It's not always a move. But this time.
This is the move.
Interesting.
I'm gonna say it's a game changer.
I haven't been to Taco Bell in so long. I just feel like
I haven't either, but just
I feel like there's so many great local options for tacos or burritos that I would just rather patronize. I know I'm a
get
schmuck.
it.
I would just rather give my money to like a family who is real and lives in the community and has kids who go to the schools. And my money, like local money, means so much. Like if I tip $1 to my barista and then she tips that dollar to a bartender and then he tips that dollar to his heroin dealer, that money is just staying here. It's $3 of economic impact.
always pay your local drug dealer.
That's right. By tipping your barista.
Tipping your barista.
If you tip enough people in the service industry, it eventually goes to drugs because we're all so broken.
I think that's the thing you belly laugh at. We're all so broken.
I've been noticing it more and more lately. The pandemic, it screwed us. We all got a sick 6 months of like not going out of our house, enjoying just watching TV. We got movies in the theaters straight to our eyes for no money, basically. And then they're like, all right, let's go back. And we're like, wow, there's some things I like, but most of it I could do without. And we've totally fucked ourselves. Well, we didn't fuck ourselves. We got fucked by the big dick of the bat or whatever that bit that thing or the lab leak. One of those two things happened.
It's just a beautiful moment. I wish I could say it was the same experience for me, but I had to keep working. Life went on for me.
That sucks, dude, because I was suckling on the government titty.
Don't get me wrong. I got the government nut, but I also
But
had
you
to
didn't
keep
get the
working.
government wife.
I
made $700 a week just in my account.
Oh yeah, I mean I got the fat paycheck, but yeah,
I got the fat paycheck too.
I didn't get the.
In
700.
fact, it all came at once because there was a delay because everybody like lost their jobs at the same time. Who was
No.
going to lose their job? Dude. So I had no money. I was scrounging. And then like $6,000 dropped in my account.
Yo,
It was crazy.
that's fucking wild.
For doing nothing. And my neighbor at the time, who's like a hardcore Republican guy, conservative guy, he was working 2 jobs because he wanted to keep the economy going. Like he thought it was his job to keep the economy going.
Well, that's 3 jobs
during
now.
COVID. It's a whole thing. He even told me, he goes, Matt, you're gonna pay into that shit your whole life. You might as well milk it while the milk's good. Milk it while it's good. And I was like, thank you, Bart. I appreciate your acceptance. Although I didn't need it. Makes it feel good. But yeah, we're screwed. We don't know how to be in public anymore. People are done caring about anybody else because we've been on this like in this fight response for so long. And the politics of of now do not help. We're screwed, man. There's snakes in the grass, and we're all one of them.
China, whip up another virus.
Let's run it back. I've been saying lately to my boys when we're gaming or something, I'll be like, God, I need a new pandemic. Bad. I have no grandmas left to lose. It's fine.
I've got one grandma left to lose.
Yeah, I actually have one too, but
you know, like
my grandma, I would talk to her during the pandemic and I was like, you being safe? She goes, Matt, I'm in my late 80s. I'm going to see my friends. I'm going to see my family. If I die doing that, that's fine. I don't want to spend the last 5 years of my life in my condo by myself.
And also, I'm going to take back my on my grandma dying. If she dies, that'll be the end of a bloodline. That'll be like a bloodline shortening, which will be sad.
Yeah, that's sad.
But also, she's like in her 80s. She lived a life. I don't get that. When people get sad when old people die, like old people. Like if someone is 90 years, or you know what? 83. If you are 83 years or older and you die of old age, or any age, or anything, actually, besides being like tortured. I think if you die
anytime.
If you brutally get murdered, okay, you can cry for that. But anything else, you can't cry. You can't cry for that person.
I cry because I'll miss them, but there also needs to be an understanding that like that's just like the next stage of things. Yes, you know, a lot of people like to claim they know what happens after you die, but nobody actually knows. A lot of people had made careers off of saying, I died and came back. This is what I saw. But the truth is, nobody knows. That's why we're all so anxious all the time. We're like the only animals that know it's coming, but we don't know how. And so we have to go around, play our little games like work. Hello, will you do this? Beep, 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 beep. And then we come home, we fuck our girlfriends, we get our girlfriends pregnant, we have families. Somehow having a kid makes us feel like our life will live longer, like we have some type of legacy. But the truth is, no one knows. But that's okay. It's just going to feel like it did before you were born. Do you remember that? I don't. It's fine. It's a natural process. You're going to be fine. And it's not... One time I was talking to this guy who was going on an ultra marathon and he was not feeling well. I was like, what happens if you die in the woods? And he goes, it's not my problem anymore. And I thought that was the best way to accept fate.
Yeah.
You can't do anything at that point. Why worry about it?
What if like deer and animals and shit know? Like they know death's coming, but they found Zen... But they're like, I can't just sit and meditate. A wolf's going to eat my asshole. I got to keep moving. Yeah. And so they just hop along.
They actually herd animals will just like break off from the pack and go die in the woods if they think they're going to die. That happened to a dog of mine.
Hell yeah. They're like, I don't want to kill your guys' buzz.
They don't want to kill they don't want to kill the vibe. They don't want to kill the vibe.
Man, I wish more people were like dying sheep.
Yeah. It's cool. It's really cool.
They're just regular sheep. Next question, because we've sat on this for like 10 minutes.
That's classic us.
How do you choose your bananas at the grocery store? Ooh.
I don't eat bananas.
You don't eat bananas?
I don't eat fruit. Hardly ever. I'm a vegetable man.
God damn it. That's permission to be a little blunt.
Yeah, permission granted.
That's just like until you said the vegetables, it's like the fattest thing you've ever said. Like I don't eat fruit. But then you said vegetables and I was like, when's the last time I ate a vegetable?
Yeah, dude.
I could have ate tomatoes on tacos last night and I didn't do it.
You just had meat and cheese.
I had chicken. So that's like the fruit of meat.
Yeah. Chicken is the vegetable of meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the healthiest one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in a rush today and I got a big pan of Stouffer's lasagna.
Yeah.
I'll update you how it is.
Is it made with marinara sauce?
It is really good marinara.
Oh no!
But yeah, how do I? If I'm gonna eat a banana, I don't know if that question is like, do you prefer greener bananas or more ripe bananas? That's kind of what I think that question is. And what do you prefer? I'll answer while you're thinking.
You answer.
I like a ripe banana, like not brown on the inside, but brown on the outside.
A little too mushy for me. A little too flaccid.
I like the mush.
It's like a rope dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. I need a hard. I need my banana to pop.
So you want some green?
Not green though, because green has a tang to it.
I don't like the tang, and it almost has a texture too. It's almost like clay or something.
I need it to be like a day after. So I look for it to be like green at the stem.
Because then in the next day or two, it'll be good.
And then 2 days from that, I'll eat it, and that's perfect.
Yeah. It's tough, though. Bananas are a lot like avocados. I would say avocados are actually more hard than bananas to choose because when you buy 4 avocados, you're not choosing to have 4 days of avocados. You're choosing to have one avocado-filled day because they all get ripe at the same time. Why has a produce company, not figured out yet, bag the avocados and just like based on ripeness, like select them based on ripeness, ripest to like almost like not ripe at all. Put 5 of those in a bag. So every day of the week you have a ripe avocado. Sounds like a genius plan to me.
That does sound like a genius plan. I thought they made like containers or something. I think big fruit, vegetable, avocado, seeds inside.
I think it's a fruit.
Yo.
It's not a revelation.
It's not a revelation, but that's a fucked up fruit if you think about it.
Why?
Because it ain't sweet like...
A fruit doesn't have to be sweet. A cucumber's a berry, Ben.
Okay, quit making up lies.
That's not a lie. Look it up.
Quit spreading lies right now.
Yeah, cucumber's a berry.
We're in a... What's the word I'm looking for?
Post-pandemic. I understand.
Yeah, there's a lot of misinformation going around. I don't need you saying shit like cucumbers are berries.
Yeah, tomatoes a vegetable, or tomatoes a fruit, cucumber's a berry, banana's a berry as well.
I feel like a cucumber is just like a gay potato.
This
like
is hands down the best podcast of all time.
Like potatoes, rugged, grew up in Montana.
Yeah.
Cucumbers, San Fran Bay Area.
City boy.
City fucking boy.
City boy. Yeah, cucumbers. I think you're right. Next question. We didn't know what we were answering, but we found it.
That's a good tag. Can you give me an example of a sentence using the word actually that doesn't sound condescending?
Actually. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's try a normal one without not trying to sound condescending to see how condescending it is.
Okay.
Pluto is actually not a planet. That's pretty condescending.
Actually, they just said it was a planet.
They're back? Pluto's back?
It's back and forth.
We are so back, dude. We are so effing back. I bet Disney lobbied for that.
Yeah.
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 So what's another actually sentence?
Actually?
I think it's all about tone and intention. So if you're not trying to correct somebody, but you're trying to like pump something up or promote something. So you're like, did you listen to the new Chappell Roan record? It's actually so good.
Ooh, there you go. That's that.
So you have to like, it has to come from a place of love, not a place of you're wrong.
Maybe when you're using it in the context of revelation as opposed to
wait, this is actually so cool, actually. Like that?
Yeah. Yeah. When you're revealing your feelings about something as opposed to replying or rebuttaling. Don't use it in rebuttal.
Yeah, don't use it as a rebuttal.
In revelation.
Oh, that's good. Rebuttal, not revelation.
That was one of the most intelligent things I've ever said.
We should be English teachers and make $16 an hour.
Fuck yeah, dude. I can't wait to almost get shot by a pent up angry kid.
God, why do they all look the same?
English teachers or pent up angry kids?
School shooters. They all look the same.
Dude.
It's like there's a store called Hot Topic or something where they get all their clothes. I'm not joking about it. It's just odd that it's all the same type of kid, and we all went to school with a kid who fits the vibe. Who, before we knew that was a thing that would happen, we could see them being that guy. That's a wild thing that I think needs to be studied.
That is true. Here's another thing. Dude, school shooters, always ugly.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hot guy with a gun, people flock to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. The action hero movie stars? Yeah. You want that.
So we just need to make every kid hot. No more school shooters.
China, drop the pandemic. Do the gene
Make us
technology.
hot. China, make us hot.
kids.
Make America hot again.
Make America's kids hot again.
Not for sexual reasons.
Not
we're trying to save the kids.
That is going to start up a thing. We're going to doom the kids.
Oh, shoot.
Because pedophiles are going to jump on
We haven't
that.
had a school shooting in years, but pedophilia rate has quadrupled.
There's a would you rather. Would you rather no school shooters because all the kids are hot and no one wants to shoot, but pedophilia goes through the roof?
I can't answer that question. Put it in the jar and it'll be answered.
Put it in the jar.
If someone puts it in the jar, we are forced to answer. At this point, I'm not even sure if I'm going to leave the school shooting stuff in the episode. So this is a little hint to the universe. If you want a question answered, you must put it in the jar.
Put it in the jar.
Because we have a responsibility to the jar. If you just ask me a question flat out, I don't have to answer it.
That's true. We can't answer that. And I don't even want him to because I want it to be in the jar.
Yeah, pedophiles. Okay, next question.
No. Do you like pickles? If so, what kind? If not, fuck you. Okay, first off, actually
Interesting.
kind of aggressive.
Pretty aggressive, dude.
Actually pretty aggressive.
But also, I love pickles.
You know what the best pickle is?
Don't say bread and butter. Don't
Not
say
even,
bread and butter.
no. And I don't know if you'll agree with me or not. Have you been to the Renaissance Fair in Minneapolis?
No, I've never been to a Renaissance fair. I'd love to go, though.
Brother. There's a pickle guy. I think they're called the Pickle Boys.
Oh, that's a good name.
And they're based exclusively out of fucking Minnesota. Not gonna lie, the guy, super charismatic, a little bit woo-woo.
Well, he runs a pickle stand at a Renaissance fair. A
A
very
little-
certain person is attracted to
A
that
little
job.
bit, yeah, like I mean, you could ask him for pickles or you could hit him up for some tabs of LSD.
But how are the pickles?
The best, dude, the pickles were, I've never been someone to just like snack on pickles. I bought 2 of these pickles because I bought
Wow.
the first pickle and was like, this is a great fucking pickle. Then before I left, I bought another pickle. And then
You got one for the road.
a month after that, I was like, I've got to snack on pickles because
Yeah.
I need to replicate that feeling. Never could.
I actually love pickles. It's one of my favorite things. And I love pickles so much. I know that pickles aren't necessarily just cucumbers. It's pickled anything. Sometimes pickles could be cauliflower, could be celery.
I don't think it'd be as good though.
They're good. I love the vinegary savoriness of pickles. Any type of pickle. I pickle onions all the time, just me, myself, and I, to put on sandwiches.
Back to the metaphor of cucumbers being gay potatoes. What would a pickle then be to a cucumber?
A sad gay man. He's had enough. He's seen it all.
A bitter queen.
A bitter queen. Yes.
A bitter queen. A little bit of sass.
Oh, yeah.
Still enjoyable.
They got a little zing.
Still enjoyable, but just different.
Yeah. He's not going on your salads.
No.
He's going on your sandwiches.
Yeah, he's going on your meat.
Yeah, he's going on the meat.
He's going on your meat.
He's paired well with a savory dish.
Paired well with that sweet, sweet meat.
That's right. All right, one more.
Last question.
This is the last one. Do you want to do a little ritual?
Hit me with the ritual.
Boom, 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 boom. My name is Matt, and I am a rat. And this is the last question on the Jar of Pain podcast.
Last question.
Do you know how hard it is to not rhyme Matt with fat? It's just the most obvious thing.
It was. And I liked how you subversed it. It was very Star
kids
Wars The
used
Last
to call
Jedi.
me Fat Matt all the time. It just rhymes.
Kids are unoriginal like that. They go
I
for
know.
the knee
They go
jerk.
for the lowest hanging fruit, the
They go-
lowest hanging cucumber on the berry bush.
the lowest hanging avocados hugging a wine cork.
That's right. But not mine. I'm an adult and they're children. Okay. Next question.
What is your favorite knife? This okay. Here's the thing.
I know who asked this
Okay.
question.
What is your favorite knife? But The handwriting looks like it comes from a guy who would ask that question.
Yeah, it does. Looks like it from a guy who has 30 knives.
Yeah.
I know who asked this question because I have a friend who collects knives.
Well,
And I'm sure that was him because I made fun of him for it. And the only reason
dangerous move, by the way.
he's one of my best friends. It's fine.
Okay.
I gave him the opportunity of a lifetime. He'll get that joke. So he came over one day, and I have a knife that I found in the mud outside of open mic one night that I will carry on me sometimes when I'm walking at night.
Yeah.
It makes me feel better. I ain't doing anything with it. I also use it for Amazon packages.
Yeah.
And he goes, dude, sick knife. And I'm like, oh, this little thing? Yeah, I found it in the mud. He goes, this is a $400 knife. And he looked it up on his phone, and it was, in fact, like, it's a really good brand.
Yeah.
It's like American made, great materials, handcrafted $400 knife that I just found in the mud.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is better than any knife that I have. And I collect knives. He's like, but I'm not like spending crazy money on it. It's just like a hobby I have. So that's my favorite knife. What's your favorite knife? Machete?
Machete's not a
Dagger.
knife. A machete's a machete. Now you're talking blades, and that's a different topic.
Yeah, you're right. We're talking blades, not berries. Title.
That is the title. Talking blades, not berries. The dinner
Like
knife?
a steak knife?
I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't even know what a steak knife looks like.
It's serrated. It's small.
See, wouldn't you use a serrated for bread?
Yes, but a bread knife is much longer, and the serrations are further apart.
Yeah, but the only bread that you really cut, I feel like most on a day-to-day basis is like hot dog buns or hamburger buns. And I don't feel like the bread knife needs to be that long.
You have the diet of a 12-year-old boy who plays too much Call of Duty.
Okay, firstly, I don't play Call of Duty. Secondly, I fucking don't eat that badly. Thirdly, I'm talking about, firstly, if I have the diet of a 12-year-old boy, that means 12-year-old boys are making brats and hamburgers, which that's a pretty well versatile ability to cook for a 12-year-old boy.
Have you ever sliced into a fresh sourdough loaf?
No, I have people for that.
What, the grocery store?
Yeah, Hy-Vee makes you a fresh loaf bread. And then they have a chopping machine.
Unfortunately, it's some of the best loaf bread in town.
And also, no, because I'm not in 1492 England where I need to cut my bread.
Well,
it comes pre-sliced, Matthew.
Sometimes the process is what feeds your soul, and the food feeds your body.
Jonathan, what time is it? 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 Jonathan, what time is it?